Do you want to know the history of my old channel called Ego Games? If yes, then Bloody Ink Production is with you and we are starting. But before I tell you the story of my old channel, I will have to say for those who have not read the description that the story will be presented in the form of several short parts of one video. The narration in the video is linear and will follow the chronology of events from the very beginning to the very end. Well, now I can start talking. The whole story began right on the day of the publication of this video, March 24, 2018. Then I created a channel called Ego Games and published the first video there, in which I immediately designated the channel as a channel for publishing Let's Plays. After that video, I immediately started creating my first Let's Plays. Well, since in the first year of running my channel I was within 11 to 12 years old and I was still very inexperienced, my first videos were of extremely poor quality, did not render, did not have normal editing, had a Bandicam watermark, were no longer than 10 minutes and did not have either normal voice acting or did not have voice acting in principle. And the only plus that I can highlight at that time is that the videos were published very often. I would even say too often, because sometimes 2 or 3 videos could be published per day. But because of the poor quality of these videos, I think it would be better if these videos were not published so often, but we have what we have. And in addition, because of the frequent publication, even with such low video quality, they managed to collect views, comments, and subscribers. For obvious reasons, those videos were not collected at that time. It's hard for me to say how many comments I have accumulated, since I didn't count them and I won't do it even for such a video, since I don't have time for it and I'm just too lazy. But thanks to the YouTube Creative Studio, I am able to count the views and subscribers. At that time, those videos collected a total of 14,500 impressions, of which 1/10 were views. I also managed to gain 13 subscribers during this time, but nothing is known about the gender, age, and place of residence of my audience at that time due to a lack of data. In the second year of the existence of its old channel, the first decline in the number of videos occurred and for the first time a long pause was made in the publication of videos. Because of this, there were only 775 views, and there were only 11 new subscribers, but there were 15 whole and 9/10 of impressions. There was still not enough data about the audience at that time to judge the gender, age, and place of residence of the audience. However, despite such sad statistics, my videos still got better and they got a constant quality of 1080p, which later on this channel is transformed into 1080p 60 fps. Also, the length of the video has increased and exceeded the limit of 10 minutes, in addition to everything else, the Bandicam icon has disappeared in the video. Also, on top of everything else, my new Minecraft series appeared, which was called Minecraft Epic Adventures, not Adventures in Minecraft and had not 104 episodes, but only 46 episodes, and at that time 34 episodes were released, making up the first season of the series, which in essence, like the previous series, was just a protracted Let's Play on Minecraft in which I almost passed this very Minecraft, but I could not stand the fight with the dragon of the edge and finished the first season of the series. Also at that time, for the first time, I started playing games completely in one video without comments. I singled out such passages in a separate category and called this category Games for One Video. The name is simple and uncomplicated, but understandable. Then I was 12 or 13 years old and I am sincerely glad of those years, because then it was easier for me to live, but no matter how much I would like to go back to those times, I want to live more and more every year because I see that I am getting better despite the increasing difficulties. The only thing that scares me is that next month, or several months, I will have to work literally to the bone and there is a risk that I will not have enough strength, I will not receive any support or help from anyone and I will kill myself. Yes, I said that I would kill myself if YouTube was blocked, because then all my creativity, my only meaning of life, would lose this very meaning. But if blocking YouTube can be circumvented using a VPN, then there is a lack of strength. An almost complete lack of support and help cannot be circumvented in any way, and coupled with the fact that I will have to work hard both mentally and physically and mentally, because soon I will almost have to write a script for a video game, laying out one chapter of one ending per month and at the same time studying, independently and quietly from parents to do sports at home and additionally studying, which is why I will have to stay up at night, and a compartment with my pessimistic, sometimes depressive character, with almost complete lack of help and support, most of which is given to me by Facebook users. There is a risk that I will exhaust myself so much that I will have to die, but don't worry if I realize that I will commit suicide soon. I will try to find a receiver among my Facebook assistants working on Unrealized RPG adventure, to whom I will give all passwords and logins from all social networks. I will go out from everywhere myself. I will give the receiver all my plans and, if possible, knowledge, and then videos will continue to be released on this channel, maybe only from another author, presumably from Olin Bellis. She is my co-author on the Facebook, actively helps me in writing the script for Unrealized RPG adventure and is the best option of those I know. Just don't tell her anything about it. She is Russian, but still, even if she finds out through a text translated into Russian that I'm going to kill myself and throw all my creativity on her, she may start to worry a lot. Moreover, it is even difficult for me to say what exactly she will be most worried about, from the fact that I am in a hopeless situation in the course of which, without the help of other people, I simply will not get off and kill myself, or from the fact that someone else's creativity, someone else's knowledge and other people's plans are thrown at her. Although if you remember how hardworking she really is, then most likely she will be very upset if she finds out about my imminent death. And I can't afford to give a damn about the few people who cared about me. So that. Sorry, I talked a little. Let's move on to the next part of the video. And now we are moving on to the third year of the existence of my old channel, which also began with my second attempt to close this very channel. Now the reason for the closure was not burnout, but the weakness of my old laptop caused by rendering 1080p video in real time on record and simultaneously using a break flash drive. However, I was able to guess before that and continue shooting videos at the same level, only now the video began to have a little more and at least some acceptable voice acting began to appear along with a stable 1080p 60fps renderer. I also finally found out that my main audience is Russian men aged 18 to 24, there are no statistics on the presence of a younger audience on my channel. Also, on top of everything else, at that time I gained another 22 subscribers and 6 as many as 0.3 views, as well as 35 as many as 1/10 of 1,000 impressions. At that time, the number of videos on my channel decreased even more, and at that time I finished the second season of Minecraft, Epic Adventures, and started the first season of Minecraft, New Epic Adventures, which was supposed to combine Minecraft, Epic Adventures into a single spin-off of Unrealized Double Adventure. Yes, then Unrealized was called Unrealized Double Adventure, was completely different than the one you can find on this channel. But this is a topic for the next video, but for now let's move on to the part in which I tell you about why I closed that channel, despite the fact that everything seemed to go well. And the reason for the closure of my old channel was my desire to start shooting videos on other topics and in a different format. And although I eventually returned to shooting Let's Plays again, only now all these Let's Plays and my other videos are intended for Russian-speaking and English-speaking male audiences aged 16 to 18 to 24 to 29 years. The goals I pursued have also changed, because if before I just wanted to make money in the simplest way, now I want to do essentially the same thing, only more seriously and professionally. And for these purposes, I had to create a separate channel with a different design and other videos. Well, I didn't want to do the same thing on the old channel, just changing the design and hiding the videos unsuitable for the new channel topic, because I appreciate the time I spent on these videos, and therefore I don't want it all to come down to home single viewing of my old videos. Instead, I just hid the most unsuccessful videos and left only the best in quality. However, I did not hide the low quality videos completely, but made them available via a link, which for you, ordinary viewers, means that you can still watch these videos, but now only through playlists. Well, before the end of the video, of course, I couldn't help but touch on the topic of my unrealized plans for the development of my old channel. After all, even though the idea of closing this channel was not spontaneous and completely sudden for me, I still had plans for that channel. And they would consist in the fact that I would continue to release only complete walkthroughs of games in one video without comments. Perhaps I would continue to conduct streams in which I would develop my games. Most likely, as well as on the last channel, I would shoot many videos in which I would communicate with the audience or just tell some news related to the development of the channel. Also, based on my plans, I would continue to shoot Minecraft series on the old channel, which could then be transformed first into Gacha Life series, then into series through Gary's mod, then into comic series and only then, perhaps, would be transformed into normal animated web series. But in the end, my plans changed, and if you judge so strictly, most likely it should have been done, because otherwise I would have essentially been in one place for years, almost did not develop, and in the end I would hardly have been able to gain 6 subscribers so quickly, which I used to need months, and now, 4 years later, a couple of months will be enough, and I am sure that if you, the audience, continue to be active, then perhaps by the end of this year we will know. Only be able to overcome the milestone of 70 subscribers, but we will also reach 100 subscribers if I continue to work on myself until my death. And it does not matter which one, due to old age, illness, accident, or suicide. And so we smoothly move to the end of the video, so I have nothing left to say except the standard, that's it, for now.